So we
Okay.
welcome. So on behalf of Y.Y.C.I International, we want to appreciate Coach Herdiana, Dewi Nurfika has been so faithful and be committed to us since last 2 years. She's been doing her share person of the event and also moderating most of our master classes. And I do not want to take anything for granted. So on behalf of Y.Y.C.I International Academy, Y.Y.C.I International Transformational Leadership Conference, we want to say thank you for always been there for us. So we now decide that this particular month, we want her to have a good rest, spend much time with our family, and for our event and other things she's doing. So that is why she's not moderating, but she might come back in April, May. This platform is hers. This YYCI is our family. So she can come at any time to moderate. But for this occasion, I want to invite her to relax and also to share. Sometimes she doesn't have enough time to share with us because she's always serving us. She's a great leader. But now, let us relax and learn from our wealth of wisdom and knowledge. And please, before you start, can you introduce yourself, please? Thank you, and you are welcome to this platform. Coach Herdiana Dewi Nurfika, the president of YYCI Indonesia, and also our advisory board member. You are welcome, ma'am. And please introduce yourself fully before you share.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for joining with us. And also thank you so much, Queen, for the invitation. My name is Herdiana Nurfika from Indonesia. As our Queen already mentioned, I'm YYCI President for Indonesia. And besides that, I'm student founder of Bliss Education Center and Brand C Firm. So, okay, I hope that the sound in the background will be fine for all of you. Because it's near to the breakfasting time in Indonesia.
That's why we
Okay,
want to quickly release you.
yeah.
We
Okay.
appreciate.
Yeah, so let me check. Hmm. Actually, I want to share a presentation that I have met,
Yes,
but
you're welcome. Yes, you are host, so a co-host, so you can share your slides.
yes, that's exactly. But it seems like I'm not quite sure what happened in my screen. I couldn't share. Okay, but without any further ado, let me start it. Okay, so our queen already shared the screen in the beginning, and she talked about the 5 elements that can stop us to transform any relationship. And in the last of the list, I saw that there is a mindset. Okay, and today our topic is related to resolve and managing conflict. And I do believe either it's personal or professional, the limiting belief is actually one of our daily issue, one of our daily conflict that we actually need to resolve. Okay, let me try again to share my presentation. If I cannot share it, then it's fine. I will not share. Okay. I do apologize for. Okay, it seems like it's quite difficult for me to share my presentation. So, is that okay if I only speak?
Yes, that's
Okay.
okay. That's okay.
Okay.
And you can
Okay.
send it to us if you want to send a note to us later.
Yes, 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 sure.
Okay. All right.
So,
Thank you.
actually, yeah, thank you so much, Quinn. So we do know what is actually limiting beliefs. Okay, some people want to be great in personal and also professional relationship, but sometimes we got that kind of self-imposed barriers that hold us back. And those kind of limiting beliefs truly form from our past experience, societal expectation, and the fear of failure. So why do we have to work on this limiting belief? Because Literally, limiting belief is shape our confidence, makes our relationship going to better or worse, and of course, it's going to impact our career growth. So overcoming this limiting belief truly can be personal and professional fulfillment. Okay. So yeah, in the beginning, our queen also already mentioned about the mindset. Okay. I think maybe some of you might heard any quote from Henry Ford. He says that whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Which means that actually whatever that you are thinking, either it's actually fake, either it's actually your imagination or your current reality, it can be true in any kind of circumstances. So in our master's class in YYCI, we have talked a lot about the growth mindset and a fixed mindset. And as Janin remember, we know that a fixed mindset believes that abilities are static, leading to fear or failure and avoidance of challenges. But when we are continue joining our master class by YYCI, we know that a growth mindset embrace learning, effort, resilience, and leading to confidence and success. So what we have to do when we want to actually work to our limiting belief, it means that we need to reframing a negative thoughts into empowering belief, because what you believe on your mind is actually going to be your reality. So for example, instead of saying I'm bad at public speaking, for example, you need to reframe as things like I am improving with practice, like what I'm doing right now. I used to think that I'm bad at public speaking, but I come to masterclass YYCI, become speakers in some kind of the event. Then I realized that I am improving with practice. Okay, so what we have to do is shift from I will fail to every setback is actually a lesson. We are coming here together. We actually try to share our wisdom and also learn from others. So I think there are a lot of things that might be labeled as a limiting belief in most of people's, but I only want to highlight four things. The common limiting beliefs is especially in this digital era. The first one is I am not good enough. I do believe that when I try to scroll on TikTok, Facebook, there is some kind of college or even people who posted such a things like I'm not good enough at this, at that, at blah blah blah. The thing is, as we live in the digital age, social media compassion really lead to our self-doubt. Okay, for example, as an entrepreneur, we might hesitate to launch a product. Okay, we are having a feeling that it's not going to be perfect. So when we have that kind of a limiting belief, the solution is we need to focus on progress, not perfection. Okay, and also I do believe that all people who are watching us right now, or who are listening to us, they are busy people. You have job, but sometimes you want to learn more. And sometimes the most common things we can hear is that I don't have time to invest in myself. Because of what? Because of the busy schedule create an illusion of no time for doing extra, for doing something for self-care. So for example, as a working mother, okay, we have feel guilty about prioritizing the self-development. So what kind of the solution with the limiting beliefs that we can work on here? It means that we need to start small. We need to do intentional time blocks for our self-growth. So maybe you can download any kind of the journal application, or you can have your note, write down what is actually your priorities and your high demand tasks. And the next is the kind of limiting beliefs such as I need to be perfect before take action. We know that every success person is not going to be success if they don't take the first action. Okay, but there are also so many people outside there who are waiting themselves to be perfect, to be look extremely good from outside just to start. So actually the fear of failures truly stop us to make a progress. So for example, when you have a writing invitation, you have a writing engagement, and you have to write either this article, book, or any kind of the magazine, or maybe a blog, for example, you delay the publishing, you delay the book, or you are waiting for to be flawless, to be everything, to be in the mood. So actually, when there is some kind of situation like that, all you need to do is start before feeling ready. Because why? Because once you feel ready, there is going to be a bunch of lists that might actually stop yourself. So perfection is actually such a myth in this case, okay? Next, the common belief that I often see, especially in social media, is success is only for the lucky or privileged people. Is that true? I don't think so. Some people truly have privilege, some people truly have lucky, but we all have a growth mindset. We can truly work on this. So living success is out of reach can truly limit our motivation. So for example, if you have seen someone avoids applying for the dream job, assuming they will not be chosen just because of the thought of privilege and lucky, it's actually not going to bring you anywhere. So the solution is focus on effort. Again, you have to make effort. You cannot believe yourself you can do or you can get the right thing without an effort. So you have to make an effort, you have to be persistent, and of course, you need to make strategies and action. Okay, so what we can do, we have to rewire our thinking. And I have seen a famous quote on Pinterest. It says that don't believe everything you think. The thing is, our brain doesn't know what is fake, what is real. So don't believe everything you think, okay? You have to recognize the self-doubt that triggers or any kind of circumstances, situation, or even words that can trigger your self-doubt, okay? So you need to identify the situation where self-doubts appear. For example, okay, I got a self-doubt of a bad public speaking. I got a trigger before the presentation, or I got the trigger in social interaction, or when I want to make a big decision. Okay. So once you recognize the self-doubt and its trigger, you have to keep a journal of negative thoughts to spot the patterns. Okay. Next is challenging and replacing negative self-talk. So for example, instead of saying I'm not good at leadership, you have to ask what small steps can I take to improve? No one is perfect. We can start with a little small step actions. Okay, so you can also replace I always fail with I learn and grow from challenges. Okay, and the last one, I think we need to practice self-compassion and positive affirmation. You can always say to yourself that I am capable and worthy of success, no matter how many setbacks or how many times they are. Okay, so we have to normalize to treat ourselves as kindly as you would a friend. Okay, don't treat other people so kind, but when it comes to yourself, then boom, it's such a 80%. Okay, so some barriers in personal relationship. Uh, okay, am I audible? Okay, so to overcome barriers in personal relationship, I want to highlight another quote. I'm not quite sure who made this quote, but it says that you deserve the love you keep trying to give everyone else, which means that in order to overcome any kind of barriers in personal relationship, you need to communicate openly and honestly. So once you can communicate openly and honestly, you can setting a healthy boundaries. Okay, when you set the healthy boundaries, you also can detach in any kind of the toxic circumstances. So you have the ability to letting go of fear-based assumptions about relationship. Okay, and when it comes to a professional growth, I think we know that your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your work, which means that you need to own your achievement without feeling like an imposter. This happens so much time for a new business man, or maybe to an owner of the new startup, they actually have such an imposter feeling. So when we want to overcome the barriers in a personal growth, we also have to understand networking with confidence. You grow if you don't have enough networking. Okay, so once you build the networking with the confidence, you can asking for what you deserve. Don't feel guilty or don't feel ashamed to ask about the promotion opportunities or even collaboration, because that's where you can step up the next tier. Okay, and I do believe that people in here, especially the YYCI family, is going to do that. So how can we actually transform the limiting belief? The first is, of course, self-awareness. We need to identify the limiting belief that we have. Okay, you can try to do kind of the journalings of negative self-talk, for example, or you can identify what kind of the triggers that make you usually get really low confidence. Next is reframe. Reframe is truly important. So we can replace any kind of negative self-talk to empowering thoughts, because again, your brain doesn't know whether it's true or not. So please be kind to your mind. Okay. Next is take action. Any kind of the small consistent steps truly going to build the confidence, which is very important. Don't think like that's too small, I don't really need that. No, don't think like that. Okay, and the last or not the least, surround yourself with growth minded people. That's why we are here together in a YYCI masterclass, because we want us to learn something, to share something, to surround ourselves with a growth mindset, because it's going to really impact ourselves. It's completely different if we surround ourselves with the toxic people. We are going to get any kind of the contaminate in that situation. Okay, so I want to remind all of you that you are confined only by the walls you build yourself. Okay, so if you build the negative self frame for yourself, then you are building a negative house on your brain. But if you do the opposite, then you can also get the opposite, because remember that your mindset determines your success. And start breaking those barriers today, because if you are going to wait until tomorrow, the next today, next week, next month, next, it's going to be too much waiting for yourself to see the best version of yourself. I think that's all, because yeah, I'm going to have a breakfasting soon. I hope that all of you can learn something from what I have shared today. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Queen Elizabeth, for the invitation, and to all people who are listening. Thank you so much. I'm giving back to you.
Thank you so much. And guess what? Oh, yes. So this is the profile of Coach Herdiana Dewi and Nurfika, the great leader that just shared with us a wealth of wisdom and knowledge. Coach Herdiana is a coach, is a satisfied NLP master practitioner, corporate trainer, and entrepreneur. She is founder and CEO of Bliss Education Center, Brancy Firm, and HND Stuff. Besides that, she's a certified entrepreneurship and business coach that has trained hundreds of people in top management level through the corporate training in Indonesia and abroad. She's also ACT, ACT, and REBT therapist. Also satisfied by Arizona State University, USA, certified employee performance coach, certified professional workshop facilitator, emotional intelligence trainer, certified group life coach, mental health advocate, and many, many more. In her leadership journey, she has received international awards such as Top Inspiring Global Voices and many more. She's also certified sales coach, Satisfied Sound Waves Healing Therapist, practitioner, and Satisfied Energy Boundaries and Satisfied Meditation Teacher. She's also a great leader in our midst. Like I said, she is our president of YYCI Indonesia and also member of advisory board of Yes You Can International. So thank you so much for sharing that profile quickly, and I was able to do that. And thank you for sharing with us and limiting belief mindset, how we can come out of these limiting beliefs. Journaling, refresh yourself, take action, surround yourself with a like-minded people, build yourself positively. The way you build yourself is the way that you are, and the way that people will accept you or receive you. So I want to say many, many more. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. And I hope, even though you are very busy, I still hope that you can still join us in any of our program this week and then our conference on Saturday. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Okay.